They fear the man that says, I'ma do it, I'ma make the corporation. They fear the man that thinks above the employee position. They fear the man that wants to be the boss.
What are my suggestions? What are my steps? Get rid of those friends, get rid of those family members who are just talking down to you and saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Getting kicked out of school, getting fired, literally running out of money, borrowing money from people. Right, let me get serious. There's two types of JXSM5. There's the like funny and savage side and a little bit retarded, or there's the serious JXSM5. And this is one of those serious videos. I just want to make a video about how I made the transition between being at work and leaving my job. Well, I'm gonna get into the story in a minute. It's been a roller coaster, but would I change any of it? No, I wouldn't. So I'd been trading since like year 10. I didn't really do any work. I barely got through the first year, and when I went back for my second year, the teachers pretty much said to me, just go home. What is the point in you being here? So I was like, okay, I'm off. That's me done. So I spoke to my parents and they were like, okay, you can do it. Let's see what you're made of. And at that point I was working at a restaurant. I wasn't really interested in these things. Everything, you know, when I took my exams, when I went to sixth form, school in general, everything that I wasn't interested in, I didn't put time in, I didn't care about it. I had one focus, and that was in trading. At that point I was like, right, this is it. I'm gonna prove to everyone I can actually do this. And at that point I think I was making decent money. It was rocky sort of time. Trading, you know, from the 3 stages that you get to is losing, losing, like up and down, and then consistent, stagnant. We call it stagnant. And I was at the stagnant stage, kind of going towards the withdrawal. I think I made one withdrawal that was a decent amount, but it was difficult, very difficult. So I was still working my job. Ended up getting fired from that job, and then it was like, okay, it's go time now. So let me explain one theory that I've got and that I've lived by and that I'm living by throughout my life. There's two people in this world, okay? There's window openers and there's door knockers. The window openers look through the window, see the outcome, and then they climb through it. Door knockers knock at the door gets opened, and they have to see what outcome is at the other side of, you know, the door. So a good example of that is you knock at the door and see a tiger. What do? You have to go through it. You see a pot of gold, you have to go through it. It doesn't matter, just knock at the door and you go through it. So I live as a door knocker, and where that's gotten me in life is a lot of experiences, a lot of issues, but it's made me to be the person I am today. And I'm blessed and I'm thankful to get to where I am now. Let's get into it. So what are my suggestions for how you're supposed to leave your job and become a successful entrepreneur or trader? I think this is something that we all know already, and it's very important. Make sure you have enough money in the bank. It's so simple. If it's like 3 more extra months at your workplace, just make sure you have enough money so when you do leave your job and you think you're ready, because you're never ready, by the way, you're never ready. And that's talking from experience. Everything that I'm saying is from experience and from what I found. The thing that I did have and the thing that I did share a lot was having the support bubble around me, which is key. When I say a support bubble, I mean friends and family who are there to support you rather than to talk you out of what you're doing. It's the negative. Get rid of those friends, get rid of those family members who are just talking down to you and saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Having the support bubble around you, and there's 2 parts of this. So having the support bubble that will bring you up rather than bring you down is incredibly key, because you're going to go through some heavy lows during the period, during the transition, and it's going to be difficult. So, you know, you need to have the support of real people around you. The next thing on support is having the support bubble of, you know, a house that's paid for, and that you don't have to worry about if you don't pay your bills, you're not going to get kicked out. So prime example of that, living at your parents, okay? Living at your parents during this time is very, very helpful. 1, taking off a majority of the stress. 2, the monthly payments are going to go down. If you've got mortgage bills, electricity, gas, it's going to be expensive. during the time. So it's incredibly important to find yourself in the best possible situation, like living with your parents, living with someone who doesn't, you know, house sharing. You don't want to be buying like a luxury 2-bed apartment when there's only one of you. It doesn't make sense. You're trying to keep your monthly costs and your stress levels as low as possible from the exterior things as, you know, you possibly can. It's what's gonna give you the focus that you need during the period. Okay, so third point, making the right choices. What do I mean by making the right choices? Well, I mean, prime example of that is not borrowing money. You know, when you come to make the choices, you know what's going to be wrong or right. And it's very easy for your mind to think, no, that's good for me. This guy's giving me 10,000, that's going to help me with this, help me with that. I'm going to make so much money with that. No, because you've got extra stresses. The point I'm trying to make is these stresses are what brings you down, is what will bring you down to crumble. And as long as you keep that down by making the right choices, then you can really focus it. Everything goes back to bringing the stress down and taking forward your focus. That's it. So the last point is being smart with your money. We all know that being smart with your money is difficult, especially when there's so much around saying, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, or spend this, spend that. You need to be smart with how you distribute your money on a monthly basis. Can you afford this? Can you afford that? You need to be strict in how you spend your money. Each month you need to work out, I got this much for this, this much for this, this much for this. And then that's it, okay? That is it. Don't go overboard with spending on this, that, and then at the end of the month be like, oh no, I've spent too much. What am I going to do next month? It begins the spiral down of not being able to survive whilst you're trying to make the transition. And this is what it's all about. Surviving the whole experience. Even to this day, all I'm trying to do is survive the next day. Like every day is a survival. And it pretty much is that with COVID at the moment. With everyone, it's just a survival. And people who are in cities and then go out to the countryside will know this. When you go into the city, it's a game of, it's literally survival of the fittest. When you come out to the countryside, everyone's more relaxed, more generous, you know, things are cheaper. But when you go into town, it's, you know, rugged, survival of the fittest. So it's the same principle with this. Just be smart with your options, be smart with what you do, and work out what's going to benefit you positively or negatively in the long run rather than the short run. I mean, I'm just trying to think what else I want to say. I guess it's giving my personal take on how I survived and how I made it through all the bad times. These bad times don't last forever. They really don't, and I'm living proof of that. I've got myself into some bad positions, ruined a lot of relationships, but it is what it is, you know, it comes with the game. It's so easy to do 9 to 5, it's so easy to turn up to work, do what you need to do, collect your money, and then go out to the pub or go out, get dinner, whatever it is. It's easy to do these things. You really test yourself when you move out of your comfort zone, and moving out of your comfort zone is leaving your job and trying to survive in this hard world. So guys, anyone who wants to reach out to me personally, my Telegram is GXSM5. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Last thing, okay, so for the traders, little plug guys, first of all follow my Instagram, it will be right here. And make sure to subscribe, like, dislike, whatever you want to do, comment. Thank you so much. Last thing I want to say is I've got a live trading room which I do every single morning, and we've got a New York room as well. I break down my trades, show my screenshots, show my entries, show my losses, show my wins. It's the QIOT. I flash up like somewhere here. So go check that out in the description. If you guys need support with your trading, I'm here to help you. I've got a lot of knowledge that I'm happy to give out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. I got a shot type Aki, but it'll still a score. What's everybody in they feelings for? It's cause I'm aiming at the ceiling floor. Still popping on these niggas, waiting while they slither. When I'm coming, they can feel it more. The blogs only want my words just to switch them more.